I wonder if there's a connection here then. So 3763. Okay. So that means this must be the 68 one, except that makes no sense. So we'll assume that actually we ignore what's written and we go with here, and we go the borrow the key.
Elementary.
Right. Defeated by American Civil War.
These footprints are the same as those found in front of the door. These footsteps must be those of Squibby. He must have hit Tumblety, who dropped one of his jars.
And he ran out. Elementary, Holmes.
Perfect, Watson.
So, yeah. Unsurprisingly, for someone not from the United States, my American Civil War history is not great.
This is dreadful, Holmes. This trunk contains 4 jars in which organs are floating.
Watson, can you tell me at a glance what these organs are?
Human.
I would say that they are parts of female reproductive organs.
Are these specimens fresh?
No, and I am quite certain of it. From the colour and appearance, I'd say these organs have been in these jars for several months, if not years.
Let's go to Baker Street.
Is there someone here?
Yes.
What's going on, Finlay? You seem to be in a panic.
The 2 police officers wanted to know if someone suspicious had entered here. The Whitechapel killer has struck again, and if I understood correctly, he killed 2 women in the past few hours.
Where?
I don't know. The police didn't tell me anything.
Quick, Holmes. We must catch up with them.
Certainly not, Watson. Mr. Finlay, do you know if the doctor had any other pieces of luggage up there apart from this trunk?
1 or 2, I think.
Do you take care of the doctor's laundry?
My wife does laundry for the tenants once a week. The sheets likewise.
Would you be kind enough to let us know as soon as possible if the doctor shows up again?
Certainly. I'm just worried that he won't be back, you see, and I'm annoyed about my keys.
Holmes, I don't follow. The Whitechapel killer is, at this very moment, very close by, and we are just staying put, twiddling our thumbs.
The Whitechapel killer has always been nearby, and what will we do? Go back to the scene of the crime or crimes and mix with the onlookers and trample the crime scenes even more? No, our time will come. Let's return to Baker Street.
Let's go back to Baker Street. Home, sweet home. We were less than 200 feet away from the first victim a few minutes before she was murdered. We might even have heard the murderer's voice, and we haven't done a thing for the past week.
You're the one not doing anything, Watson. For my part, I have been working, and as you know, I've made good use of this week by tracking down and verifying all of the solid facts on these 2 murders to write up the notes that are on my desk, read them over again and try to gain a bit of perspective.
Ooh, a few pages, but I think I'll put a cut in here and try and remember to come back to this point where we're going to reread these, although the game will probably want to progress things when I finish, actually, so I will read them now, just in case. Note on the murder of Liz Stride at Dutfield's Yard. Certain information that I've collected must be verified. Liz Stride, nickname Long Liz, 45 years old, height 5'5", occasional prostitute. She lived for the past 3 years in a stormy relationship with a certain Kidney, a waterside labourer, 36 years of age, whom she left a few days earlier. She charged him with assault but failed to appear in court, and the case was thrown out. The victim was discovered dead by one Louis Daimschutz at 1 o'clock in the morning on September the 30th. The man's first thought was to verify if his wife, in the building next door, was still alive before sounding the alarm. The 2 doctors who came, at the police request, to the scene of the crime in the moments after the discovery of the corpse, put the time of death after 12:46 a.m. Cause of death: hemorrhage due to a throat injury. The weapon was a small knife with a large blunt edge. Verification of this statement is necessary. Could this wound have been caused by another tool? Neither the body nor the clothes were damaged, soiled, or disturbed by the killer, apart from the throat. The right hand was open, stained with blood, and resting on the chest. The left hand was on the ground, partially closed, holding a packet of pastils. The location of the discovery was a courtyard called Dutfield's Yard, whose doors lead onto Berners Street in Whitechapel. The victim was found stretched out on the ground a few inches from the wall of one of the buildings served by this courtyard, the International Working Men's Club. Oh, we saw a shot of this, yes we did. This association, composed mainly of Jews, originally from Russia and Poland, were organising a conference that night on the subject, Why Should Jews Be Socialists?, presided by Mr. Morris Eagle. Okay. His first name was Frederick, wasn't it? Frederick Engels, I think. Worked with Karl Marx for the Communist Manifesto. The meeting ended at around 11:30 p.m., but many members remained to debate and sing within the premises of the association. An American present that evening declared to have been in the courtyard at 12:20 a.m. and went into the street and didn't see anything unusual. He then returned back inside the club, but his estimation of time spent outside is approximate at best. 2 witnesses were quoted by the press, Constable Smith, who was doing his rounds in the area on the night in question, and a Hungarian by the name of Schwartz, who made his statement at the police station accompanied by an interpreter because he does not speak English. The transcription of these statements by the press should be treated with caution. It would be advisable, if at all possible, to consult the exact content. Observe the clothing worn by the victim as well as her possessions at the time of the discovery of the body. Clothing: long black cloth jacket, fur trimmed around the bottom with a red rose and white maidenhair fern pinned to it. Black skirt, black crepe bonnet, checked neff scarf knotted on left side, dark brown velveteen bodice, 2 light serge petticoats, 1 white chemise, white stockings, spring-sided boots, 2 handkerchiefs, one is noticed to have fruit stains on it, a thimble, a piece of wool wound around a card. In the pocket in her underskirt, a key, a small piece of lead pencil, 6 large and 1 small button, 6 buttons probably, a comb, a broken piece of comb, a metal spoon, a hook, as from a dress, a piece of muslin, 1 or 2 small pieces of paper. Right, okay. Oh my goodness, they're going on forever. Note on the murder of Catherine Eddowes. Catherine Eddowes, 46 years old, height, 5 foot, occasional prostitute. She had a regular relationship for 7 years with one John Kelly, a man of no regular employment and about the same age as the victim. The victim was found dead at 1:44 a.m. on September the 30th by P.C. Watkins, who was on his rounds. He secured the area by calling to the watchman of the warehouse located some feet from the crime scene. According to the... No, this is... I'm sorry, they were in different places. This is the one we saw, isn't it? According to the doctor who arrived on the scene at 2:18 a.m., the victim had just been dead for a half hour. Unlikely, but we know from experience how hard it is to precisely establish the time of death when the corpse has been mistreated. Cause of death, hemorrhage due to throat wound. The medical examiner also confirmed that, additionally, the extractions committed on the corpse were done post-mortem by a right-handed man possessing a long-bladed knife. The victim was subject to numerous mutilations. The victim was found stretched out in a dark corner of Mitre Square, notorious meeting spot for prostitutes and their clients because of its remote, poorly lit location. It should be noted that this victim was freed from the Bishopgate Street police drunk tank at 1 o'clock in the morning. Doctor arrived 2:18, so 1:48 is roughly when we think she died. Was visited at 1:30, drunk tank. Mitre Square was visited at 1:30 by P.C. Watkins coming from Mitre Street and at 1:42 by P.C. Harvey coming from Church Passage. The 2 police constables didn't see anything suspicious in the area, but it should be noted that P.C. Harvey didn't enter Mitre Square, unlike P.C. Watkins. The watchman, who came to lend a hand to Watkins at the time of the discovery of the body, had been awoken during the time of the crime. His door is located a few feet from the spot where the victim was dying and didn't hear anything until the police's call. Firstly, we must note that the clothing worn by Catherine Eddowes was very characteristic. I think, in particular, the patterned green chintz skirt as well as the white men's vest. A few of her possessions, including the thimble, were found around the corpse. The white apron was found on the corpse with a part missing. Thus, this missing part, previously resewn, thus ensuring authenticity, was found at 2:55 a.m. on the night of the murder by P.C. Alfred Long, who states that the object wasn't there at his preceding patrol at 2:20 a.m. The piece of apron was found in the entrance hall leading to the stairs of 108, 119, or 108, 119 Wentworth model dwellings on Galston Street. At the right of the entrance, just above the apron, was found the following inscription in chalk: "The Jews are not the men that will be blamed for nothing." The Jews are not the men that will be blamed for nothing. The Wentworth model dwellings building being almost exclusively occupied by Israelites, and Goulston Street being the site of a very popular, much-frequented market, he decided to erase the inscription before the day broke. Kate Eddowes' belongings, wearing at the time of her murder, black straw bonnet trimmed in green and black velvet with black beads, black strings worn tied to the head, black cloth jacket trimmed around the collar and cuffs with imitation fur and around the pockets in black silk braid and fur, large metal buttons, dark green chintz, skirt, 3 flounces, brown button on waistband. The skirt is patterned with Michaelmas daisies and golden lilies. Man's white vest, matching buttons down front, brown linsey bodice, black velvet collar with brown buttons down the front, grey stuffed petticoat with white waistband. Very old green alpaca skirt, worn as undergarment. Very old ragged blue skirt with red flounces, light twill lining, worn as undergarment. White calico chemise. Pair of men's lace-up boots, mohair laces. Right boot, repaired with red thread, 1 piece of red coarse silk, worn as a neckerchief. 1 large white pocket handkerchief. 1 large white cotton handkerchief with red and white bird's eye border. 2 unbleached calico pockets, tape strings. 1 blue striped bed-ticking pocket. Brown ribbed knee stockings darned with white cotton. Possessions: 2 small blue bags, 2 short black clay pipes, 1 tin box containing tea, 1 tin box containing sugar, 1 tin matchbox empty, 12 pieces of white rag, 1 piece coarse linen white, 1 piece blue and white shirting, 3 cornered, 1 piece red flannel with pins and needles, 6 pieces of soap, 1 small tooth comb, 1 white-handled table knife, 1 metal spoon, 1 red leather cigarette case with white metal fittings, 1 ball hemp, 1 piece of old white apron with repair, several buttons and a thimble. Mustard tin containing 2 pawn tickets, 1 in the name of Emily Burrell, 52 White's Row, dated the 31st of August, 9p for a man's flannel shirt. The other is in the name of Jane Kelly of 6 Dorset Street and dated the 28th of September, 2 shillings for a pair of men's boots. Both addresses are false. Printed handbill, portion of a pair of spectacles, 1 red mitten.
I have read and reread them, but give me something to do then. A task where I can get stuck in, because...
Find me a slaughterhouse that will give us exclusive use of its block for an hour, and find me, in your opinion, which common animal shares the most characteristics with humans from a physiological point of view.
Pig?
I don't even know why I asked that question. Pray, find a dozen fresh pig's heads, Watson. Not big heads, I prefer small ones.
Sows?
That's it, Watson. As soon as you have done that, let me know. I request that you search in Whitechapel. Who knows, perhaps you will learn something about where Dr. Tumblety may be hiding. There is also no shortage of slaughterhouses and pig's heads in those parts.
This is getting weird. I'm not entirely sure I see the point of chopping up random bits of pig. To working out what's going on. I mean, I assume there'll be some logical point rather than just a random weird bit of the story. What is that? I'd almost kind of like it if we used a map. If we use the map, so trying to work out where the murders were in here. Like, part of me's thinking it's down here. What's this? Burner Street. Yeah, there was something down Burner Street, I think I remember reading. Let's look at this. Let's actually read where they were. Dupfield's Yard. Where's that? Dupfield's Yard. International Working Men's Club. Yeah, yes. So that leads out onto Burner Street. So we go back to the map. And this is Burner Street, it says. So yeah, this little doorway here, I think, is where we're thinking. So the other one... Catherine Eddowes, where was the body found? Mitre Square. It should be noted that the victim was freed from Mitre Square was visited off Mitre Street. Oops, no, wrong button. Where's Mitre Street? This is the way we cut through, but I don't know if that's where this is. Trying to see. So we got Warden Street, Philpott Street. Looking for Mitre. And this is Whitechapel, that major road. It's called Whitechapel by the looks of it. So there's Mitre Square off Mitre Street, but I don't think it's there. It's a map of London. Yes, I can't really see it. So maybe it is just a smaller road from here. Hanbury Street's there. Yeah, so Hanbury Street's there. That's where one of the murders was. Isn't there another murder? Wasn't there another murder around here? There may have been. I guess. Maybe I'm wrong. That's also a possibility. I'm really getting myself distracted. So yes, I think I will put the cut in here, as I was kind of implying. So, next time we're going to try and find a slaughterhouse. I think actually, wasn't there one? May have been one, I think, on this road, potentially. So we're going to go and... Ooh, maybe that's the square in question. Who knows? So... We're going to go to a slaughterhouse, then we're going to have to find some pig's heads, and that's the next mission. Missions! Yay! Well, goal. Which hopefully will give us a bit more of an insight into what's going on, although it does seem a bit of a random thing to be thinking about, and I don't like Sherlock Holmes going, oh yeah, I've been doing stuff for a week, I've been reading the newspaper, and writing things up from the newspaper. Not very Holmes... I would say not very Holmesian at all. Yes, so, as I said, next time we'll be going and looking for those things. There'll probably be a really weird minigame like in Crimes and Punishment. We got to throw things at the pig. I don't know. I don't know what we'll be doing. But I'm sure we will find out next time. Thanks for watching, everyone. Thanks for watching.